Hey Magic fans, back again. We're on box 3 of our last case of Murders at Karlov Manor. And at this point, we're just all in and hoping for the best. So, with all that said, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Links in the description to the eBay store, TCG player, Patreon's in there hanging out somewhere if you want to go old school to help support. All that good jazz. We're on Rumble, don't forget that. You can hit us up there. We actually do, well, I'm a little off here. Yeah, I'm a lot off, but let's not go into that. Don't forget, well, I am way off. Wow, screwed this whole plug up. We got membership and stuff on YouTube. You want to help out that way, but the best way you can help out, oh boy, list. It's a mythic worth $1, maybe. When I say maybe, I mean maybe $1 is probably 50 cents. I'm not even gonna lie. Anyway. The best thing you can do if you really want to help the channel out is just subscribe, watch some videos. That's the best thing you can do. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. And yeah, it's a good time, I'm not even gonna lie. All kinds of good stuff coming up. Good stuff. Man, another 50-cent mythic card. Where are my lands? I want the land rares and stuff. I want the good cards, all the rares that are worth money. Anyway, so I kind of made a promise at the last video that we would talk about. We talked about how Ravnica Remastered's not doing well. It's pretty much a ghost town. Nobody's buying it. There's no sales. Obviously, Karlov Manor has really hit a brick wall. Unless something changes during the course of us making this video. I don't see that happening either. So, like I mentioned, that means the money's got to go somewhere. So where is it going? Oh yeah, foil rare if you care. It's a bad one. So, well, that's a good question. I promised I'd look it up. I did some research to the best of my knowledge. And I want you to brace yourselves. If you're not sitting down, have a seat. But it's going into old Magic cards. Ooh, that Insidious Roots foil, good card. That's right, you heard me. It's going back into old Magic cards. Where's the first place it's went? Well, it's starting off in dual lands. And that's probably a good thing for Magic as a whole. Because what that really means is either people who did play, have played, were playing, or are starting to play, are either getting to the older formats, which is a little unlikely, only because there's not really anything to do with the older formats, not a whole lot of stuff going on. But Commander is, and Commander you're allowed to use dual lands. So, what we see sometimes, and what we have seen in the past, is when dual lands start going up, other cards that are older in Magic's history seem to follow behind, not too far after. And by the time you guys see this video, hey, a Death Cloud, that actually might be worth something. By the time you guys see this video, it's likely that it could have already happened. And the only reason I say that is because sometimes when the market moves, it moves quick. Sometimes it doesn't move quick, but we are seeing an uptick in revised dual lands. That is normally the first warning sign that people are back into buying old Magic. So why is that? Well, for one, I don't think many people have a whole lot of faith, just to be honest with you, in the newer sets, not to mention the serialized cards, as they've become a lot harder to pull. They're not as playable in most degrees because they are relatively very first land cycle. There we go. They are, for the most part, deck restricted in some way, shape, or form. But things that are not, that can be played in most decks are things, ooh, foil land. Love, oh, and a mythic. Oh, 2-land pack. That's only a $2 mythic. But 2 lands in that pack, that's easily $5. Easily pays for what the pack price was. That's a good pack. That's what we like to see every pack. But anyway, lands are obviously important to playing Magic, especially playing Commander when you want to play the good stuff. And dual lands are, you know, end of story, the best lands. So if you want to be competitive or have fun at the highest level, you want you some dual lands. Now, the other cards that we're talking about, Foil Breakout, I'm telling you, it's going to be worth money. You know, serialized land cards that are shock lands or whatever may be cool as well, to help bling out your deck, but there are no foil dual lands. So if you're playing dual lands in your deck, they ain't going to be foil. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about that. Me personally, I kind of have mixed emotions. I don't really know. I like to have foil dual lands, just so that my lands match, because that's a thing for me. But that old nostalgia, oh, it's so sweet of the old cards. Kind of give you guys an idea of why cards from the older sets are starting to move. When I made my show and tell deck, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have played it in many a legacy game. It was very fun for me. I love the deck. I love the old cards. And I liked the old art. So what that meant for me was, could I get the new cards, and it was actually a signed card, and just use those? Yes, I could have. Did I? No. I specifically. So I went to the Pacific, out in the ocean. Anyway, I hunted down purposely, ooh, nice little signed card, the actual old art and old cards from, like, I bought the old, traded, whatever, the old show and tells, the old Emrakuls, the old Grizzle brands, because I wanted it to be cool. I actually think my Grizzle brands are foiled, though. Just, anyway. Just because I thought those were cool. Maybe my Emrakuls are, well, anyhow. But, like, Sneak Attack, old art. Was the new arts available? Yes, the new art was available. I purposely got the old art. Same could be said for my Force of Wills. Could I have got new Force of Wills? Yes, I could have. Would they have been cheaper? Yes, probably. Did I want to? No, not at all. I wanted old school Force of Wills, like the cards I played back in the day. And that's kind of like with the dual lands, you know, and I even have old fetch lands. I have new fetch lands. I could change them out, but I don't want to, because it doesn't really fit the theme of Bad Mythic, what I wanted to do with how I wanted the deck to feel. And if I ever start playing it again, I'm going to be honest with you, I might go find old Grizzle brands to put in there that aren't foil and Emrakuls, just so it matches the rest of the deck. But God, it's a mythic. It's 50 cents, but it's a mythic. And there's another 50-cent mythic. Ugh, God, just give me rares. Just stop. Anyway. But for me, that was always the thing. You know, the old Force of Wills, the old show and tell art, the old sneak and shows. Like, I just love the art. I love the card. And I thought it was really cool. And so people are getting back to that. And they're going to start, as always, with revised dual lands. And there's an uptick. People are starting to buy them. Well, rare ain't worth nothing. Mythic that ain't worth nothing. Jesus. So I think we're on the cusp of things changing. The only thing that might slow it down a little bit is in March. We do have the Fallout set coming out And that may slow down some of the money going into the older cards. But as of right now, and filming this video, because they're not coming out and those cards are not particularly on sale. I mean, some of the commander decks are, but I mean, it's commander decks. People are getting a lot of FOMO. I think we're going to start seeing, once it dies down inside of a set, or if a set performs poorly again like this one did, money to immediately flow back into all the old cards again. And before you know it, I mean, it's not just going to be dual lands, it's going to be your Gaius Cradles and all the other stuff that aren't getting reprinted that you're going to see a heavy investment in, because people are going to want them again. Because, well, they're not getting reprinted and they're fun to play. So, this box is okay. All the mythics are trash. Amazing. Didn't really get that many good rares either. Ugh, just the land cycle. This is probably going to be a bad box. With that said, though, I mean, it is what it is. So until next time, be kind. Hope to see you across from the game table. Later, player.